All right, folks, time to talk a little Fort Lauderdale United soccer. They are enjoying the week off. Well, they've been enjoying a little time off. Remember, next week they hit the road. They take on Sporting Club Jacksonville. Remember, you can watch all the games on Peacock and locally on Channel 10. And then they're back on the 20th. We're actually going to be broadcasting live from there as they take on Spokane. And Lily Nabet, midfielder. My favorite number, by the way, number 4, joining us now on the program. Lily, how are you doing?
I am good. Thank you so much for having me.
Well, it's my pleasure. We've had a lot of fun talking to a lot of your teammates all year long so far. So it's been really cool. Let me ask you something. With so much time off, you always hear with athletes and then the media and fans, oh no, it's a bad thing. No, it's a good thing. So break it down for us. What is the good and the bad about having, I know the good with the having the family and the Thanksgiving and friends and hang out. That's cool, okay, but give me as an athlete, what's the good and the bad about time off in between in a season?
Yeah, I think that time off really varies with the athlete. For myself, like I'm a very go, go, go person. I go home for Thanksgiving and I'm texting people to do pickup because I can't sit still and that's what I want to do. But then at the same time, there is a mental reset, a physical reset that every athlete needs because season's long. And yeah, I think that those rest days are pivotal for you to just get the reset that you need. I think certain people need a regimen, they need a plan um, during their time off of how much should they be running, what you should be doing. But at the same time, like we don't really get the mental plan of, okay, how am I going to approach this after the break? So yeah, I think it depends on the athlete and the individual, but I think the break is pivotal for that reset because the season's long and you want to feel rejuvenated to get back and do your thing.
I get so much from you with that answer, and you don't know where I'm going on this one, but it's funny. You seem like a really organized person. You seem like you just said you get home and you start making calls. So you're like you're like the person that plans everything ahead of time for everybody, get everybody organized like a midfielder does, right?
Yes, yeah, that's my thing. I love to be active and I love to be organized, but yeah.
Because okay, just like a little of your history, let's share with folks. Your freshman year, you played 4 games. By
Mhm.
the end of the run, you're the captain.
Yes,
So,
sir.
so that tells me right there. And then with your answer, I'm going, okay, she went to the break and she had a plan on how she's going to handle the break and what she's going to work out in, how she's going to eat to make sure she's prepared against Jacksonville when she starts, the second half of the season. It just looks like you were just, no matter you were going to have fun, there was going to be a focus on what you had to do too.
Yeah, of course. This is my job and this is what I love to do. So yeah, I gotta be focused, gotta take care of myself.
I like it. I like it. I like it, Lily. That's good stuff. You're from Tarzana, California. You go
Mhm.
to Duke in the ACC. I had the pleasure years ago going and driving to North Carolina, and I got to go to the Duke campus, the UNC campus. I went to Fort Bragg, I believe, is right by there, NC State, all that. But I was blown away by the Duke campus and the Tar Heel campus. I have to say the North
Yeah.
Carolina campus is freaking beautiful, but the Duke campus, Jesus. So you go from California, you go to Duke, just like that transition. Just talk to me a little bit because it's like it's really night and day. The people, the way they live, all of that kind of stuff. So I'm just wondering, how does a California girl transition into the North Carolina area?
Yeah, I would say it was really tough at first. Just being away from home and I have a really big family out in LA. But ultimately, the decision to go to Duke was all mine. Getting recruited, it wasn't like it was my first option, but it was really tough for me to get in there. And luckily, Robbie Church, who was the head coach there, spoke to him, and he actually gave me the chance to walk on there.
Nice.
And so I felt like because that was my decision to go there athletically and academically, I didn't really think twice to, I don't know, be sad about like any position that I was in. Like being away from home, yeah, but it's nothing to really be sad about because this was a decision that I made. And I was so grateful to be on such a beautiful campus, like you mentioned, and be coached by some of the greatest coaches that I've ever been coached by. And at first, the adjustment, yeah, of course, like a little tricky trying to manage classes on my own. And athletically, I wasn't up to par when I first got there. So it was just a constant grind, um, almost every hour of the day, really. Just focusing on those two things. And social aspects suffered a bit, but I mean, it all paid off in the end. So,
You know, but Lily, I got to imagine that when you go to a place that has the kind of structure that Duke has, that's really a pillar of stability for anybody making that
yeah.
transition. At least going somewhere where people know what they're doing, they know how to compliment you, they know how to help you grow. Obviously, in the end, it's up to you whether you're on the pitch or you're in the classroom. It's up to you to maximize whatever you're going to do. So but it's nice to have that structure because then that gives you the opportunity to kind of mesh it and grow. So that's the killer thing. Like, and so you go from not playing a lot to obviously playing like 55 games, I think it is in your career. You end up
Hmm.
starting, you end up being the captain, all that kind of stuff. We talk now about a pro, and you're part of the November team of the month. Here, so that these are things that you earn. You know what I mean? And you got to have the structure. You got to be in that place, and so that's kind of since you're so disciplined, this gives you the opportunity to accomplish these kind of things.
Yeah. I always say I have to give myself the best chance to succeed. So I do my best, and here and there, yeah. November team of the month is an honor, and honestly, it's been a long grind to even get an accolade like that. So yeah,
Well, 434 minutes. You won 42 duels, which led all midfielders, by the way. Aerial duels, you won 12 of those. All right. So, and by the way, Madison McComiskey, is that how it's pronounced? But let's give Madison a little love too, because your teammate was also part of
yes,
the
of course.
team of the month too at the same time. So it's kind of it's a really cool thing, and you logged 434 minutes. So you Lily, you're kind of in shape there, no doubt about that.
I try. I appreciate it.
That is awesome. All right, so let's talk a little bit about the Jacksonville game. You still got a week. You're still a week away. What's the preparation like for the team this week? Getting ready for Jacksonville next week on the road.
Yeah, I think there's been plenty of time between the last time we played them until the next, and I think right now we're really just focusing on ourselves and how we can improve us as a whole and the team. I think the last time that we played them, we we didn't do our own job, and it led to the result. And I think that if we can tidy up individual mistakes and team efforts and all get on the same page, which I think was lacking the last game, I think that it'll be a whole different ball game. So yeah, I think this past week and just going into the game, we're just focusing on us and the collective and growing as a unit and applying all of the tactical, technical things that Raj and Ty are implementing. So yeah, as long as we keep going forward, I'm really excited for this next game and show out and
I
yeah,
think
do better than the last time.
no, I think you guys will, but and I think the transition period is kind of we're in the middle of we're kind of in the back end of it, and I think we're going to see the better end of it now coming up in the rest of the season. Why do I say that? because Lily, those of us that follow it or whatever, you had a lot of change. And
Hmm.
so, and some of the common denominators in some of the losses this year, I've seen all the games, has been the chemistry. Sometimes it's been on defense, sometimes it's been on offense. You know what I mean? So it's
Right.
just kind of one of those things that I think you're all trying to figure everything out again because of the massive turnover that there was in the offseason. And because soccer, as you know, it's like a lot of sports. There's got to be a lot of teamwork. It can't be just one person carrying
Hmm.
you around. And look at Inter Miami this year. What's around Messi is younger and more athletic at this point than it was last year, and they got eliminated quickly. Last
Right.
year. This year they got a little bit more younger and athletic around with Silvetti and Allende next to him, and it kind of opened things up because you had a lot of older and slower guys there. So these
Hmm.
are things coaches have to figure out, the same thing that's going on here. New coach, everything else going on. I just kind of think that transition is going on right now in the season. Can you walk us through that?
Yeah, I mean, I think you touched on a lot of it. Team is new. We have, I believe, 4 loans right now. With Laurel signed to Boston, and I think, like you said, there was a lot of turnover from the first team. Obviously, I've only been here for 3 or 4 months, so I think we're headed in the right directions, and the little nuances to just coming together as a team is slowly getting there. It's not something you can ever rush, and some teams may find success in turnover in the first few months, but it doesn't last very long. And I think for us, we're focusing on the longevity of this team culture and our success. And I think Raj and Ty are really honing in on that. It's not an immediate thing, because we want kind of that structure to last forever. So yeah, I think it'll take time. I think we're headed in the right direction, and yeah, I think a lot of people are gonna buy into it once they see that success. So yeah, everyone here is we're on the same path, and we want to build that framework. So yeah, I'm excited to see what happens.
Spoken like a true leader. Now let's get to the really important stuff. So, favorite food, you have sushi in there, okay? Favorite
Yes.
what is your favorite roll? What is the go-to roll when you walk into a sushi place? I got to have this, and it's just one of those go-tos for you. What is it?
Yeah, I think I would say my go-to order always consists of spicy tuna with on top of crispy rice. That's my go-to always.
Okay.
I'm a big nigiri girl, so bluefin tuna, red snapper, yellowtail. Um, yeah, you're making me hungry now.
Well, sushi, I can have sushi every day of my life. I
Yeah,
mean, Italian, Mexican, and sushi. Those three things I can live on. That's it. Like I'm done. You know what I'm saying?
yeah,
Uh, okay, so your favorite series, you love one of your favorite series is the Bond series. So
yes,
I'll ask you two questions. First of all, your favorite Bond movie all time. You've seen them all, right? From beginning to end.
I've I've seen them all. The earliest ones I haven't seen for a long, long time. This was like a series I'd watch with my dad.
Right. Okay. So what from what you remember, what is your favorite movie out of all the ones that you've seen?
That's hard. That's hard.
Oh, mine is Live and Let Die.
Yeah, that's a. I mean,
Plus it's the best Bond song of them all. Live and Let
yeah.
Die.
I mean, I thoroughly enjoyed when Adele was on
Yes.
the
Yes.
Bond movies, but I don't think I have a favorite. I honestly, it's the for me the reason why I like the Bond is the classiness of the movies and the cars. Like that's my thing.
Well, Austin Martin. I mean,
Yeah.
Lily, you got some taste there. Okay. Okay. Favorite Bond. Mine is still Sean Connery. Out of all of,
Yes,
although,
100%.
I gotta say, uh, um, Jesus, now I'm forgetting his name. Remington Steele. Oh God. The
I'm bad with names, so you can't ask me.
Oh, he only did like a couple of them. But oh, damn, he's a big actor. Now I'm forgetting him, but the tall guy with the black hair. It was
Yeah,
Bronson or something like that. Like I thought he was awesome.
yeah.
He was. I really like him. I enjoy Roger Moore too. I like Daniel Craig. Uh,
Mhm.
but but for me, it's the original. So I don't know.
Yeah,
What about you?
100%.
You're Sean Connery.
100%. Yeah, of course. Of
Okay.
course.
Okay. I got 4 dogs, two
Okay.
small ones, 2 big ones here in the house, me and the wife. So you have 2 dogs. So tell me about your doggies.
Yeah, so I have one 13-year-old pit bull. Her name's Kaya.
Awesome.
I got her when I was in high school. That is my angel, the purest heart I've ever been around. Um, and then my second dog I actually got at Duke during COVID. I needed a little friend during that time, and she's a mini Aussie Doodle. And she is the biggest diva I've ever met in my entire life.
Uh, you made her that way probably too,
I
because I mean,
100% did, or my roommates.
yeah, because that kind of happens. We spoil our dogs. We treat them
Yep.
like our kids. I have a Carolina dog, by the way,
Mhm.
Carolina dog. You ever seen a Carolina dog?
No.
You got to look it up. A Carolina dog. It's he has the attitude of a golden retriever. We had a golden retriever, rest in peace, Pegasus, for a long time, and he has that same kind of golden retriever type of thing. But
Mhm.
he's also a hunting dog too at the same time.
Okay.
Not that we go hunting or use them for hunting, but that's kind of their thing,
Yeah.
Carolina. And then I have we also adopted. We have a combination of a terrier, a boxer, and a German shepherd, and her name is
Oh, that's
Maiden.
an active dog right there.
Yeah. Oh God, she is a ball of fire. But
Yeah.
Bono is the most spoiled dog in the world.
Mhm.
The most spoiled dog in the world. He may have to go to the bathroom, but you open the glass door and it's raining. He's like, "No, I'll hold it, bro. No problem. No, you know,
Yeah.
dog might just go out there just and get wet or whatever. Bono is super spoiled. So yeah, we Bono is like that. He's kind of like diva-ish, but
Mhm.
he's got to be on the couch. He doesn't want to lie on the
Yep.
floor. All these kind of things. But does it bother us?
Not one bit.
Not one. Not one. By the way, are you going to be watching Inter Miami on Saturday?
I think so. Yeah, I watch here and there the MLS. I'm a big Prem girl though.
No, of course. I know.
Yeah.
I know guys like to watch the best of the best, but but it is the MLS Cup in your backyard.
Yes.
So
Of course.
yeah, so I'm watching that. I mean, we were hoping you were going to win it last year. So this year now,
I
that's the
know.
you got to get back there, Lily.
I know.
Got to
I guess I gotta root for them now that I'm here.
Yeah, you got to yeah, exactly. You got to root for them. Yeah. All right, Lily, if people want to follow you on social media, what do they got to do?
Instagram, Lily Nabet, same on TikTok. Follow along. I'm posting life, mostly football though.
That's it. That's it. Focus. That's what it's
Yes,
all about. Lily,
exactly.
in the time, we really appreciate it.
Of
Good luck
course.
next week, and keep training, and let's get that championship.
Thank you so much. I appreciate you.
My pleasure.
All right.
This is the Big O Show. is the Big O Show.